I have one question for you, which I think I'm curious to know the answer to. So this thing that you know about yourself, you said you want to be honest with yourself,
Mm,
that you know why you do what you do.
mm.
That's your drive, right? That's
Yeah,
what drives.
yeah.
When did you discover that? Because clearly that didn't fall on your head at the age of 25 or 30. I'm sure that as a kid.
Yeah. It was when I was 4 years old. Um, I I was just like any kid in the like if you have kids.
No.
Okay, so any parent knows that getting kids to take a nap is a giant pain in the ass. Like generally speaking, like they're gonna fight you and like I don't need a nap. I'm not sleepy. Like you are clearly exhausted. You need a nap. And I was like that. And I remember one time specifically, my mom sent me to take a nap, and I willingly went, and I just laid down. And as I was looking out the window, um, I I heard the word in my heart. It wasn't like audible, but I heard the word pastor. And when I was a kid, that made me think, what you would typically think of the word pastor, meaning like you start a church. And so that set the course for my life. And ultimately, a pastor is somebody who empowers people and is kind of a mentor for them. And so that's what I do. I'm a pastor. I'm just not in a church, and it's generally not religious. I mean, I'm a person of deep faith, and I think that faith is a very personal choice, and I think that's why I'm so intrigued by getting people to think about what they think about. Because if you don't think about what you think about, and you don't think about why you're doing what you're doing, you're going to live a sort of half-baked
Empty
life,
life. It's
empty
empty
life.
life. It's like the wind is blowing. But at the age of 4, you decided to empower people.
Well, I decided that that was what I was going to be. I didn't know what that meant, and it's evolved over time. When I was a kid, and I went through the phases like a normal boy. Like I was going to be a fireman. I was going to be a fireman chaplain. Then I was going to be a police officer. And I was going to be in the Air Force.
But empowering people was in the core of it, right?
It's always been the core. Yeah,
But
my
why?
entire life.
Where did that come from?
Honestly, like it came from God. Like it wasn't me. Like it was literally something that I just felt like I heard.
Did you feel that you needed empowering as
I
a
don't
kid?
think I don't know. I don't think so. I had a very good childhood. I mean, my dad and my mother are still married. My dad is an amazing man. I mean, he has his faults. My mom is an amazing woman. She has no faults. But and he'll be the first person to agree with me on that. That I'm a lot more similar to my dad. I can be a giant asshole at times, but I think
They
when I'm
like helping people, both
yeah,
of them.
that's what they do. They love helping people. I mean, my mom runs a daycare preschool, and she does a lot of she'll scholarships and things just to help people. And
Do
the
you do
thing,
you do you think you help people as much as your parents do?
ooh, I do in a different way. I help people. When I was in my 20s, I decided that the iteration of being a pastor, what that looked like, was helping people start businesses in third world countries so that they could feed themselves. Now, I may not be doing that in third world countries, but I am doing that all over the world, via mediums like this, podcasts, webinars. Like I said, I just got back from an event, well, it was 2 weeks ago now in Australia. I had the privilege of speaking at Southern Stellar Fest with Jamie Peros and Michael Fennick, and that the Australian community is just amazing. And prior to that, Steven Selikoff invited me as a coach to on his China trip for Canton Fair, and I was able to help people there. And so, like that's what I'm doing now. I would love to have less money stress.